almost every time I'm asked how old am I get confused because
there is something that
there's
you
something,
lost.
yeah, it's something that I lost. So it is quite a difficult process altogether. I was admitted there. I had lost my speech. I couldn't function. I was a baby actually. I was, you know, I would pee on myself. I would go, you know, 2009, late 2009. So from 2009 going behind, I have
Like backward.
like backwards.
So from the day you were born
Yes.
to the time to 2009, there is nothing that you remember by yourself, only what you are told.
Only what I'm told.
Once again, we welcome you to M&J TV. Thank you so much for choosing us, and I pray that you will be blessed by the testimonies and the other videos that we upload on this channel. So particularly today we have a guest that is here to give us a testimony, and I tell you it is a powerful testimony of what God has done in his life. Almost the impossible, God made it possible. So thank you so much. We will start by him introducing himself to us, telling us a little bit of himself, and then we will continue to the testimony. You are welcome, sir.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Asante, asante. So my name is Daniel Chege Maura. I am born again.
Yes.
I am married with 3 wonderful children. I have a boy, firstborn, who is Manuel. Then I have 2 girls, Zoe and Michaela, which are a blessing to us. And I'm glad to be here today.
Thank you very much for the time you have given us, for accepting our invitation to share your testimony. Yes, you are welcome.
Okay.
I hope you are very okay, and I promise you this testimony will be powerful.
Amen.
To help so many people that are going to be watching. So,
yes, sir.
Tell us about yourself. What do you do?
I work at Calvary Chapel. I wear many hats.
Calvary Chapel.
Calvary Chapel, Ngatarongai. Yes,
yes.
Yeah. I wear many hats. I'm part of the worship team. I'm part of, I do teach Sunday school. We have a program called Kids Club here, which happens every Saturday, which I'm very much involved. And I'm also still a student on the School of Ministry. And what else? If there's need for me to be done, I just do it.
You are ready.
Yes,
there to serve.
Yes, I'm just there to serve. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah.
Now I should now call you Pastor Dan.
Amen.
So Pastor Dan.
Yes, sir.
You are here to share a testimony of how you lost your first memory completely. Completely. So how did it go? Like, tell us the life before. Maybe you lost before you lost the memory, and how you lost it, and how you came. Now
I came to
remember. Telling us that you do Kids Club.
Yes.
You remember that maybe last Saturday you were, which means now you have your memory.
I have.
But at one time you lost it.
Yes.
So how did it happen? Tell us maybe the life before.
Okay.
And,
whatever I'm going to tell you before is things that I've been told.
yes.
So I stand to be corrected. But I don't have any memories since 2009, late 2009. So from 2009 going behind, I have
like backward.
Like backwards.
So from the day you were born
Yes.
to the time to 2009, there is nothing that you remember by yourself, only what you are told.
Only what I'm told. Maybe some flashbacks, but I can't say per se what it is, but from 0 age to 2009, nothing. I'm just told this is what happened, this is what you are doing. So what I can remember, what I was told is that after high school, that was, I don't know, after high school, somewhere behind, I was told I joined Calvary Chapel. I was very young at that time. What I'm told is that I used to fellowship here. That's how I joined. And then from there now, I used to serve here. I used to volunteer my entire time here. So I used to come here every Saturday, do practice for worship. I'm told I used to wash the church. Yeah, and any activity that was needed here to do here, I did it. So that happened. I'm told I did different things. I went to different courses. I went through a counseling course, which I have the certificates, but I have no idea of, completely gone. So,
which means the things you are trained into, that training you went to, you can't do anything with that because you forgot.
I forgot completely. I can't.
I mean, you didn't forget it, like you lost it.
I lost it. Okay, this is what the doctor said. Yeah? They said that in our brain we have pockets, and in those pockets is where our memories are. So they said that something happened. It came from that pocket and it went into another new pocket. So whatever was in this pocket, it is locked. It is locked. They said it will take months, days, years. It might come back, but I don't know how to explain it, but
okay, now
yes,
you were told you went to high school.
Yeah, I went to
Calvary
high school.
Chapel.
I joined Calvary Chapel.
You did whatever you did.
Yes, I had some few businesses here and there. I used to
business like.
They say I had a hotel. We had. Actually, this is very interesting. Before I got married to my wife Judith, we were business partner. And that's where I get a lot of my information from my wife.
So that you were partners before
before even married, yeah, before losing my memory and everything. We were just business partner.
Now, how did it happen? Were you like, why? What happened for you to lose the memory?
So what I was told I used to stay here at church. There's like a small room behind there. That's where I used to live. So I used to take care of things here at the church, checking about the security then. So they said they found me inside there. I was unconscious. So they took me to hospital. I was in a very bad state. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything. So I was taken in the first hospital. They thought of so many things. And at even some point I was told I had drugs in me. Is it drugs related or something like that? So they tested me, all that came negative. Then I came back to my senses, I'm told, and then I wasn't functioning right because I wasn't speaking. I could not function as a healthy person that I was. So I was taken back home. I was given some medicine to take in and to see how I will go on. So in my home, things didn't go on well. It turned to I went again to kind of a coma. So they needed to take me to hospital. Then we didn't go fast. I'm told they said they didn't know what to do.
So in that time for you, you don't know anything.
Actually, even I can't remember actually all those things. It's a bit later that I can start remembering when I was coming out from hospital. Because now that was the first time I was taken in. I went back home. That's when it became worse. And then my parents were very confused. They didn't know what to do. Family came to see me, the church came to see me, they prayed over me, but things didn't change until there's another missionary came, and now that missionary said this has to be taken care of to in a very serious way. So I was taken into Nairobi Hospital. That's where I was admitted. When I was admitted there, I had lost my speech. I couldn't find. I was a baby actually. I was, you know, I would pee on myself. I would go, you know, you know.
So by that time, like you could do, you were there, but
I was
not
just
just there, watching. There's nothing. Like,
you know, it was it's vague. I can't say that. So it's out of what I'm told. You know, I was removing my saliva was all over. You know, I didn't have balance then.
you couldn't help yourself.
I couldn't help myself. I couldn't eat by myself. I couldn't do anything by myself. So when I went to hospital, I was given some tests. I was given some medicine. I had wires all over my brain doing the scans that they did, and amazingly they found nothing.
How old were you by that time?
Wow, can I remember? 2009. That is, I was born in 84. 84 to 2009. It is very interesting because almost every time I'm asked how old am I get confused because
there is something that
there's
you
something
lost.
it's something that I lost. So it is quite a difficult process altogether.
Okay. So now at least you are somewhere 20 something.
I was 20.
I
think
30 way there.
Yeah, 20 something there. So so I had, so we went to hospital. I was down there. I stayed there for a very long time. So I started therapy. I started going to psychiatrist to try to, juggle my mind. I was given medicine to trigger my brain to, to see if the memory can come back.
Kind of to awaken it.
Yes. They had put so many things that, had some little shock to see how I would react and how I was given some tests. Yeah. I was asked, at one time I remember I was asked to show them where the toilets were in the hospital. So the first time they came and they took me from my bed and they took me there, and then I came back and then they told me, can you take yourself to where we were? So in the beginning I couldn't. So
you had already forgotten.
Yeah. It was so confusing. So many things were happening and I couldn't, fathom. And then I couldn't even speak.
Now you're speaking a man of 25
years old. Yes.
You are starting everything on zero.
From zero.
Zero.
I'm from zero. Actually, I like joking. I say now I'm the second Adam because Adam was just created when he was fully grown. So now I found myself. I discovered myself. So I don't have any childhood memories. I don't remember me going to school. I don't remember how any relationships that I have with friends. I can't remember my birthday parties if I had them. I can't remember where I've traveled to. I don't remember up to date. Actually, I don't know all my family members. I'm still meeting them and they're like very shocked. But to me, they are very strangers. They are strangers to me. So it is. Try to imagine, you close your eyes and try to imagine you going to somewhere you have never gone. What comes in? Nothing. You know, you're trying to imagine somewhere you have been.
I can imagine, I can imagine like today now,
Yes.
if everything in me goes like lost, like I don't know. Did you recognize your parents?
That is very interesting. I couldn't recognize my parents. They were all introduced.
To
Like,
you?
yeah, this is your mom, this is your dad.
Did you know what it means to be
I'm telling you, I didn't know anything.
what it means?
I didn't
So
know.
they start explaining.
They
like
start
how?
explaining, this is your parent, they gave birth to you. This is your siblings. Siblings means that you were born of the same mother, same dad. This is called a family, a mom, a dad. So I started everything from scratch.
So but you couldn't ask what is it because even you.
I don't know what I'm asking. If you ask me,
That is tough.
I wouldn't say, if you ask me what is this, I would be, I don't know.
Did you know how to? Did you know food? Did you
I
feel
didn't know.
like you are hungry?
Feeling hungry, yes. But I didn't, I was fed. So anything it came, I just took it.
And you know how to swallow. At least.
Yeah. First I started with liquids. I couldn't, like chew. Because I was, I told you I couldn't function, basically. So they started with liquids, and then now I started learning to chew things. I started now learning how to take food by myself. I started learning, all that happened in the hospital. They started training me how to go to the bathroom.
But like you could feel like I want to use bathrooms, maybe.
So no, it came. Now I understand. When I feel this way, I need to go
There.
Yeah.
So
I didn't have that. Yeah, I didn't have that. It's just like a child. You have to now. That is what they now started learning. They told me, if you feel like this is where you go. Sawa. If you feel like this, just ask someone to help you. So they trained me how to go to the toilet. They told me how to use it. They taught me how to take a bath by myself. Imagine a whole man being washed.
How long did it take to learn how to eat by yourself?
I don't know. It takes some few weeks, I would say. Yeah.
So you learn one thing at a time.
One at a time. And then I was so confused because I didn't know myself. I didn't know where I was. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why they're doing all this stuff in me. I don't know. I completely didn't know anything. And then I don't have that ability to ask. Because even my speech was lost.
Asking sometimes you ask because you know something.
Exactly.
But when you are confused completely. You don't know what even to ask.
And that's why I said I just learn it from time to time, with the help of the family members. Even the hospital, they were awesome. They were very patient with me, because you can imagine everything. You can't do anything by yourself. So they used to give me medicine. They used to call it happy pills, so that I don't get stressed up. So they really drawn my strength. I couldn't, I was not energetic. Most of the time I was just lying down and sleeping.
Which means the brain has...
Yeah. So don't joke with your brain, man.
Without the brain, everything goes wrong.
Everything that, the brain is the one that tells you and, sends signals and tells you what to do at what particular time. But now this time, I'm just learning.
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
So there's this brain that was locked up, like you said. They told you could wait.
Yeah.
So now it seems that it never came back up to now.
It has never come back.
So now, which means what happened then? How comes we see that?
That is very interesting because it all took God's hand on me. I am a walking miracle because even the doctors then, they said, number one, they didn't know what was happening. They didn't know what they are fighting. They didn't know what medicine to give me. So they were second guessing, I would say. Even my test that I was done, they were taken to America for American doctors to try and understand what's happening. Even for them, they didn't understand. So, so they took me every day in a very new way. Because, you're trying to fight something that you don't know, and here is someone cannot express himself on what
And
he
tell
has
you what
feeling.
happened.
Yeah, this is what happened. Maybe I took something that, messed me up. Maybe I was hit. I don't know. So it has never been discovered what went wrong. It has never been discovered.
That's interesting. Maybe someone hit it and you don't remember.
I don't remember because I was all locked
Maybe you
up.
fell.
Maybe
You
I
don't
fell.
remember.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It is maybe. Now,
Maybe you are poisoned, but because you are alone at church, staying alone, maybe when everyone else is out of
yes,
the
church and everything. It's second guessing. I'm telling you now. Maybe this is what happened. They test it. They see it comes out negative. Maybe this is what happened. They test it. It comes negative. So it was a very challenging time.
But before that, would you get like headache? Maybe did you have like a?
I don't know.
Oh,
that's the difficult part, my friend. That's the real
I'm asking you. Will you forgive me for that?
It is fine. It is fine. People do that. I have learned to get used to that.
You know, that thing is to consider that everything went completely for good.
Yeah.
So you will forgive me if I ask you
It
that.
is fine. Don't feel offended. Don't feel offended. It is fine. I get that a lot. People ask me, "You don't remember me? We went to high school." So I'm like, "I don't remember you. Who are you? Get serious." Yeah, you're joking. I'm like, "Who is this guy?" Can you please explain? Even people have gotten offended because I would pass them and they're like, we were very good and very tight friends, and they're like, what happened to this guy? Yeah? Why are you just passing me like that? What happened? Did I do something wrong? I'm like, who are you? Excuse me?
So all of you are like this.
Yeah. So he's reacting in his own way. He's shocked. Me, myself, I'm
You're
also shocked. I'm like, what? So I've learned to take every conversation that comes. Yeah. So we say, hey, I'm good. So later I'm now coming and ask, who is that person? Now, if my wife knows them or the family members or the church members, now that will explain now and say, this guy used to go to high school together. That guy used to do some business together, like that. So even today, still people are the ones that I have not met since after, and they have not been told what happened, they still ask me those questions. And I'm like, what do you mean you lost your memory? You remember me? Remember me? We used to do. I'm like, I can't remember. And then I'm like, it's good to meet you.
That's not an easy life, I tell you.
It is not. It is not. And it has made me, because I'm always doing catch up. I'm always, every day that I wake up, I always do wake up, catch up. Because I remember when it was late, when we went, I think it was on Christmas time. And I can remember I even asked Pastor, what is Christmas? Because I'm seeing TV, Merry Christmas, I'm seeing films of Christmas, So that's where I get in, what is this called Christmas? Everybody is excited about Christmas. So they had to explain what Christmas is. It's when Jesus Christ, we remember the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. I'm like, okay, who's Jesus Christ? Why would you want to celebrate somebody's birth in the whole world? They told me, no, he's our Savior, he's God. We say, who's God? No, he's our Father, he's the one who created us. And blah, blah, blah. So I had to learn everything all again. Everything all again. And it was step by step because of even my brain. Because of so many things happening and it doesn't know how to react, I was a little bit stressed. Yeah, because I would...
Because you are using it so much.
Yeah, exactly. And so many things were happening at the same time. Yeah. And I'm trying to learn myself. There are other people coming in, there are things that are happening. So, yeah.
So how long did it take for you now to be able to get out of the house? Like now to do things by yourself, like eating, bathing, using restroom, all those. How long did it take?
It took a long time, quite a few months, almost a year. Because again, they were worried it might happen again when I'm doing something. And then also the doctor told me it is good for me to be in a small environment where now my brain will not overwork, trying to discover how to, to know what.
Be alone.
No, they told me it is, when I'm exposed to so many things, the brain
May
shoots up. Yeah, it is. Yeah, actually it overworked because I was mostly in bed, asleep. That's when the brain used to, now to. They wanted to for the brain itself to work itself out. So most of the time I was, given pills for sleeping. I was given pills for antidepressant, so that I don't again fall into depression, because it's a strange world. It's so many things are new on me. So I was constrained in the house for a few months, 9 months. Yeah. Yeah. So from there, now I started learning how to go to the toilet by myself, how to now bathe myself. Try to understand what is life by itself, why do we sleep, why do we eat,
where do food come
where
from?
do food come from, what do we call this is a carb, what do we call this, I had to start all over again.
What was your favorite food by that time? Now you have started eating, maybe you have tasted different kind of foods. What was your favorite food, maybe?
I've never thought about it, by the way, but I loved fruits. Yeah, I loved fruits. Yeah, whenever I ate fruits, I saw some fruits, I would feel nice. Because I have a sweet tooth. So the mangoes, the bananas, the pineapples are my favorites.
And maybe at the beginning you didn't know how to ask for fruits.
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't even know what perspective. So I was like showing. So this is a melon. Okay, melon. Melon's in red in color. And then the good thing is that whatever now I was learning, I now could remember. Okay. Because now the brain was stored somewhere. So they were worried again. If I could not remember, then it would have been worse, because I could not have the ability to learn.
So you are using another pocket.
Yes,
of
yes,
the brain,
of
like
the brain.
You told us in the beginning.
Exactly.
That you have so many.
Yes, we have so many. That's the doctor told me, but
so you have the new one that is storing up
information. Exactly.
New information.
Yes. Yeah.
So now you had started walking. You're by yourself.
Yeah.
Eating by yourself. And so what did you do now from the life outside in your first time that you got out? Maybe now you went in the community. What did you do? What was the reaction? How did you see things?
I remember I used to fear vehicles.
Okay. Just like any other kid.
I could not stand vehicles and motorcycle. First, motorcycle because of the noise it makes. I was
scared.
Oof.
And maybe before you even tried it.
I had one, actually.
Before you first see
Yes. I had one. I completely very afraid of vehicles and cars.
So did you have to learn how to ride again?
I didn't. I stayed for a very long time. You see, I was afraid of them. So getting one, I learned it later now. Knowing now it's not something that will harm me. It's something that actually will help me. Yeah. Now I learned how not to be afraid of them. When we went into a vehicle, my friend,
be like shaking.
And then it is moving. I was like, I couldn't stand it. And then seeing it coming and go, my friend, I feared it.
What is this moving house?
I couldn't stand vehicles and moving things, actually. Yeah. Again, it was very interesting when we were coming out from the hospital. Nairobi, we have very tall buildings, so I was like, wow,
what is that?
This is a house. By that time I didn't know what it was, but we were like, okay. Kubwa. Yeah, it's very tall. So I was, wow, amazed, coming to see now people, you're like, hey, they are doing their own different things. We have shops, we have malls, we have the supermarket. Actually, the first time I went to supermarket, I was like, wow, this is wonderful, you know. Actually, I was just a kid. I was
Like
just
looking at them, you liked them.
yeah, you're like, wow, I'm like,
As if you have never seen it in your life before.
of course not. So I'm like, wow, this is nice. I would enjoy being here for the every day coming
That
here.
means even you had to learn how to use money.
Yeah,
You didn't know money.
I didn't know money. Yeah, Patia Shika this. I'm like, this is just paper to me. What is this? So I had to learn all over again from the speech. Even my writing now, I'm still learning. Yeah, if you see my handwriting,
It is not like
it is not.
telling
Yeah,
you
it
what
is,
before
yeah,
you-
yeah. So the amazing thing is that God helped me to learn those things very fast, and then with the help of the church, the family, they took me every day, every day. So every day was a learning process, and actually it's been a miracle because I recovered very fast that they would expect I would have. Yeah, because they had given me like for him to function to take a while, 3 years maybe. But it only took some months, almost a year. And then when I started now moving around, trying to see what, you know. Another interesting thing, I didn't understand day and night. Once we have day, you can see. The next day it's dark. We were like, why?
Why is it
Why? Yeah. Is it a bulb that is not functioning somewhere? Why are you using the why is day and night? You know, it used to confuse me. Because you sleep, you're like, it's day. Wow, it's back again. Hey. When it comes evening, you're like, oh, it's that time
What is
again.
happening?
Yeah, so it was a very interesting time.
Yeah.
It was a very,
So
very
you
interesting
ask the parents, what is this?
Yeah,
What is
I had a lot of questions. What is this? They explained, this is how things happen. What is this? This is called money. Money is used to buy goods. Money is used to buy some bread. Okay, what is bread? Bread is what you take. So so I was a big person, but in my brain I was
You
a
were
child.
young.
I was young.
But you managed to grow so
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. Even to date, I can't say I fully learned or understand how the world works, because every day, like I said, it's a catch-up thing. Every day you see something, you're like, huh. Like for example, I don't have a background of how a family is brought up, but amazingly, God has blessed me with those 3 kids. You know, so sometimes it's a challenge for me because I don't have that experience of, hey, when I was young, this is what would happen. This is what you expected to do.
You don't know how to sympathize with
Exactly,
them.
yeah.
You don't understand some of their things because you yourself.
I didn't understand.
I've never been
I've
there.
never been there. Yeah, having like the issue of discipline. You're like, how do you discipline? I don't know how I was disciplined. But here comes there's a child who is misbehaving. But how do you do it? So the issue like that of family, it's a challenge to me every day. Yeah, taking care of my wife. An amazing thing. I fell in love with my business partner.
How did you come to meet
Judy?
Judy.
Yeah, Judy. I told you we were business partners. So after I fell ill, I couldn't go to work. So they took over the shop. And then actually the most information I have is from her. She's my Google.
When you fell sick, she was there.
She was there. So she was there from the word go. When I was in hospital, she used to come every
also
day.
she left work.
Yes,
like
yes.
The business she came.
Yes, she came now take care of me. Yeah. By then, I think she was doing her degree. Yeah, she was.
You
in
were
the
just
university.
friends and partners.
Yeah, just
Not
friends
anything
and
like
partners.
fiance.
No. No, that one come now later. I was not. I got used to her because I am seeing her every day. She was very patient with me. you know.
Teaching you things.
Exactly, yeah. She was very patient. She explained a lot of things. She came to the hospital. She was the one who fed me, you know. She's the one who chose the food for me, you know. She's the one who explained this is what is called. But that time we were just partners, you know. And then God just worked in his own way. And I said, this girl is very valuable to me because everything I know, it is from her. Yeah, the most of the things that I am, even to date.
She must be special.
She is a very special one to me. She's just a darling.
Now, this is
yeah. So
interesting story.
yeah. So I now that's when now life started moving slowly. So every day she kept on coming. She explained. Even when I came home, she was every evening she used to come and take care of me. So before very long now we got feelings, and then now we became.
After you are somehow, when that
Yeah.
was like in which year?
I think 2011. 2011, yeah. 2011.
First 20,
2009. 2000,
then you are sick maybe
2010.
up to 2010.
2010. So the year of 2010 was a learning experience for me.
By
Yeah.
2011,
So by 2011, somehow, somewhere, I could now move from one point to another.
now you have started coming to church.
Yeah, started coming, and thank for the church. The church also played a big role because they also used to come and visit me, so I would feel comfortable. And then seeing familiar faces. That's why I understand why kids sometimes fear people. Because they are strangers, you're like, ooh, I don't want to be with people that I don't know. So seeing familiar faces, you know, coming to church and seeing someone who had come and visited me. So that one gave me a lot of, you know.
They had to preach the gospel to you.
Yeah! Actually, that's very interesting. When I was sick, there was, I told you they used to explain me about Christmas and everything. I didn't know and I didn't understand. But now I came to know what the gospel is, like a child, you know. The stories of David, they told, you know, so listening to the TV as they speak, that's now I got to know this. So they told me, you're already born again. I'm like, well, born again from what?
Even
I don't
know how I
know.
was born.
I don't know. Even.
I don't even know my biological parents.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah. So yeah, at some point I had to for me to be sure, I had to go to God and ask him, oh God, since I have known you now, please take my heart, take my everything, because everything that happened, it happened in an amazing way. Because from, the expenses of the hospital, God just worked with people, and up to date, I don't know what bill, how much it was for the Bill Hospital, but somebody paid it. So I was never, there was no stretching of things, lacking of food and stuff.
Everything
So God
worked
provided,
out.
yeah. Everything just worked very nicely and very smoothly. And God has all the reasons why it happened, but I praise Him for that. And yeah, I'm here, sitting here and talking to you.
So, 2011, you were with the Judy.
Yeah, so 2011, 2010, even 2010 she was there. I told you she...
I'm saying like now starting up
Yeah.
a relationship.
So we started, we started a business together. We used to sell food. We used to cook it at our house and then take it to the market, and I'm selling. So we were selling rice, we were selling chapati, we were selling beans, we were selling pilau. So we started that all over again. It was tough because even for me going to customers is, I have this fear. I don't know these people. How can I talk to these people? You know,
You don't know how to bargain.
I don't know how to bargain. So she was in charge. She was in charge of those things.
Leading you.
Yeah.
As a way also of teaching.
Of touching me also. So that happened, and then in the 2011. excuse me, the 2011 also the business did a little bit better, and we had a small shop that we opened, and then we were selling now tea, food stuff, and then we had partitioned it on this other side. Used to sell stationaries, pen, Bible, photocopies, photocopy papers. Yeah, but it was tough. It was tough. So we continue. So the business even collapsed. So things started become tough now. Reality came in. I started learning the hard way, the hard things. Yeah. So yeah, in 2011 we lost that business. So we started now doing what we can. So at one point I used to go and do work on mjengo.
So by now you have strength.
Now I have strength at least. Yeah, I have strength.
Bricks and cement.
Yeah, we can carry cement. It was very interesting. But it was tough. It was tough doing that kind of work. And then now it happened. We continue. We started now dating now. Like now we got to know each other very well. And then in 2012, we got married, of which that is another huge miracle by itself.
I can picture the wedding full of people whom you don't know. And yet for them, they know you.
They know me.
Better.
They know me better than myself.
How was it like? Maybe if you can share that.
Well, we planned the wedding with Judy. Actually, we had already planned it to be on my birthday, 4th of March, in that year, 2012. But because of pressure of people, they said no, because we wanted a very simple wedding. We wanted to come to church in a normal service Sunday, and then after service, our pastor announces us, hey, there's a couple who wants to wed, we have the visitors, we have the witnesses. So we wanted just to do a very simple thing, and then we go for lunch, and we call it a wedding day, and we just forget about everything else. But the friends we had said, no, you cannot do such kind of a thing. You have to do a proper wedding.
A serious one.
A serious wedding. That is too simple. I said, okay, fine. If you're going to plan it, sawa, we have no problem. So we started the committee. We changed the date now to April, so that they can allow time to plan.
That is 1 month away.
Exactly.
Like now. Only 1
because
month.
for us, we were serious. Since we just wanted to get a simple wedding, but they insisted. So we moved it to April 28th. And then the first weeks, they're very excited. There's so many people coming in to plan. But unfortunately, towards the last week, we were only 2 of us.
Even the person who suggested
everyone, they went. I don't know where they went. You try to call them, they are busy. SMS, I'm coming, and then they don't show up. I remember the last time we were here, we were only 2 of us.
You and Judy.
Me and Judy. And we were very disappointed. We were like, why did we even change?
It is only like 1 week, maybe a few days.
A week. It was almost a week to the wedding. Yeah, to the wedding. So we came. I used to come here to church, and I'm just, reflecting why why we need a big wedding. So we stayed and we just prayed. We said, okay, whatever happens, we'll have. For us, we just wanted a simple wedding. If God provides, that's fine. If people come back and say that they are coming to provide, that's fine with us. So we had very small amount of money to do a wedding, so we didn't have much. But amazingly now, God now provided other people. There's a lady provided us with invitation cards.
She made them for
she made us for us for free, and she said, this is my gift to you. I will make the wedding invitation, and that will be my gift to you guys. They will say, wow, thank you very much. Actually, she delivered. A few days after that, she delivered. Another one said he will provide photos which he came through. He is my friend. He said, what I'm going to do, just ask. I'll give you the photos after the... So that budget was cut off. So yeah, so for photos and with donation card, we were done. Now comes to the food, the catering. That's a challenge, the decoration. And then amazingly again, God just provided people. There's another lady, she still does catering and wedding things. So she came to us and said, okay, you're making a wedding. Wow, this is wonderful. This is what I will do. She said she will do the cake. So for free. We didn't pay anything. So the cake was very good actually. And then on the material day of the wedding, she came with even additional decoration things that we didn't even ask her for. But when we come here, like, wow, this is wonderful. So now we have photos, we have the cake, and we have the wedding cake. Now we don't have the food. So the few shillings we have, we bought a suit for myself, and then we made a dress for my wife. That was taken care of. Amazingly, another person came in and said, "You're doing a wedding." Imagine, yeah, and you've not invited me. I'm like, "No, here's the card." So what can I do? So we said, "We don't have rings." Yeah, we don't have rings. What do you mean you don't have rings? Come, look, that lady had done her wedding on a January, so she had stayed in marriage. She knew a lot of shops for the needs. The needs, yeah. Wow. So she came, come, I will take you. I know, yes, I will take you to get some very good things. Yeah, me and Judy, we went to town, we met her, and she took us to a place they sell wonderful rings. And guess what? She said, this one is on me. Okay. This one is on. We were like, what? Is this real? Is this for real? And yes, this is for real. So now we have photos, we have cake, we have rings, and invitation cards. At least now we know. At least even if even if they will not eat, because now food was like the other option. I mean, the other bigger challenge that we had. So so towards the last week now, now things get hot. Because now you're counting days. Yeah, it's 2 days to it is, and you have that anxiety. You don't know how it will be. So it was that week. We had also a challenge of food. So the money that we had small could not do anything about food. So we were like, do we do away with food or do we not do away with food? We said, okay, whatever we'll have. So for us now, we embrace everything. The way it will come, let it be. Let it be. So amazingly, again, God used someone. And this guy heard that I was getting married. Actually, even today, I've not met that guy. He works abroad.
Now that's about 10 years.
Yeah. So he knew me before I lost my memory. Now he heard that I'm getting married. Okay, he's getting married. So I don't know, God gave him that burden. So he's abroad. He's working there.
Not in Kenya.
He's not in Kenya. He's not in Kenya. So he calls people. I say, hey, so-and-so, yes, Dan is doing a wedding. Can you find something that you can invest, you can offer something? So every time I used to see a M-Pesa, yeah, you hear M-Pesa, ding, ding, you see their name, you're like, who is this? So you call back, hello, yeah, I am so-and-so, do you know Mushai? The guy is called Mushai. Do you know Mushai? I'm like, yes, Mushai, yes, he called me, he said that you're doing a wedding, and this is my contribution. I'm like, so, yeah, at least they contributed something, but it was not enough for food.
For food
yet. So, so we stayed. So days came closer to the actual material day for the wedding. Here now we are stressed up. This is not up and down. This is not our idea, but now we are in it.
You have to face it.
Let's deal with it. Whatever comes, we will take it as it comes. So the few money that we got from M-Pesa, so we went to town and we bought some materials for decoration. Actually, we decorated our wedding ourselves.
Two of you.
Yes, now and some few friends who now came in. So yeah, we did it actually on a Friday. So we went and we get some vitambas for the decoration, but we were stressed that we didn't have money for food. So we were like, what will people eat? What will happen? It was tough. So by God's grace, still people are giving now. The guy was very vocal. I don't know how he used, but they were faithful. They used to send it. Yes, send this. So yeah, and then it reached a point where now we had some few shillings, but it was not enough. But now, not being enough is enough stress. So whatever we had, we tried to squeeze the budget, how we can fit this, what we can have, what we will not have, but still it was not coming to to what we wanted. But fortunately, again, God used somebody in abroad, and he gave us a very good substance of money. And when it came, we cried with my wife because we saw this is God who had done this. Because we were so low, you know, we were so stressed out. We are doing things, this is not even our idea, you know. So now we are doing it for the people. But unfortunately, we received the money. Now the problem is we didn't even have time to plan because that money came on a Friday. And tomorrow is the wedding, so we have not bought anything. So we are starting to scratch our heads and say, what will happen? And I remember we were here, we were very tired, so we cried together because we saw God. So in the morning, actually herself, she went to the market. I didn't know that she is
Saturday morning.
The Saturday morning on the wedding day. She's going to the market. So she went, she did some few shopping with the help of her cousin who normally cooks for, she owned an hotel. So at least for her, she gave her ideas. So she went, she bought things and then took them to the house. And then now at least people started now cooking from home. And then now she started getting ready. And we had our wedding on Saturday. The wedding went on well. Actually, it was a very good wedding. It was a very good wedding. We loved it. Again, as I told you, a lot of those people were strangers to me. I had few, apart from the church members, the other ones are a little bit were strangers a little bit, but
someone comes with a gift and
yeah, you're like, okay, I'm so and so. Even pictures today, when you look at the pictures, you're like, who is this? You're like, I have no
idea. Maybe some where you are teachers, neighbors, like
perhaps, perhaps. But they knew me. They knew me before. So we had a relationship before. And that is the hard part, you know, trying to relate to someone that you had a relationship before and now you don't have that connection. So for you, it becomes just...
You're kind of forcing it.
Not forcing it, you just go with it, you know, because now what can you do?
I'm saying like you are trying to force the feelings. And
exactly.
You care.
Exactly. And it has affected me actually, by the way, because even like for my family members that I have not even met, we don't have that relationship. Even if we meet, this is so and so, this is your aunt. So you're like, okay. But I have no that attachment. Affection, no. Of which I'm still learning up to date. So from whatever now I have come, you know, for a very long time, that's when I have now the attachment. Now I can say, I know so and so, I miss so and so. But for now, it is just there.
How did you now learn languages? In this short time?
That's the amazing thing. There are some things that I don't know if I know them, but until how will I put it? Until I am on that particular day, like riding the motorcycle. When I rode it, I ride the motorcycle like I used to, but I couldn't myself. I didn't know I know how to ride a motorcycle, or I know how to ride a bike.
I asked you that question. But you kind of skipped it. I said, did you learn how to ride afresh as a person?
No. Actually, interesting. I used to play drums in church. So the test they gave me, they came and I saw the drum set, and I sat on them and I played. From the word go, I played. So those are some of the tests they were telling me. So the doctor said he has some information, but in Ville, that information cannot be digested, cannot be processed, exactly, processed. So it is up to that time he gets to know, like, he knows, but he doesn't know that I know. Like, so even driving, I know how to drive. I've never gone to a driving school. Okay, I have gone to a driving school
before you,
but now I can drive. So there are some things I how do I call it? It's their instinct, something like that.
Like your body was used to those things.
Yeah.
You don't know that you know.
Exactly. So even talking, I just started talking. Now I started talking.
You mean at the beginning you used not
just blah 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 blah.
So you are laughing, but it's sad.
But amazingly, God is amazing that I am here. Even me, when I look, for me, like the way you're saying it is sad. It is not sad, because I am who am I right now. I am doing what I am doing. I am serving God as I am doing. I have no connection with the past. So I can't say I miss it. I can't say I long for. I can't say, even I cannot pray for it, because I don't, have that attachment. Like, say, oh God, I want to remember, please help me remember. I don't feel sad.
Like you're not missing anything.
Exactly. I feel like I'm fine. I'm okay. If it is gone, it is gone.
Maybe that is also something that God did in you.
Exactly.
Because other people, they actually get stressed up when they face such problems.
Yeah,
they
God,
want to go back.
God has been amazing. I'm telling you, He has been amazing, and the things He makes me go through.
And for sure, if someone meets you today, he does, like, there's no gap. Like, you can say that this person.
Actually, I don't know if they know, but the what can I say? Like I told you, I always play catch up. So for me, when I meet that person who knew me before, I will go along with them. I'll just listen. I will agree. Like but now later on, that's when I'm going to ask, who is this? How do we know each other? She told me about this. So if my wife knows or my family member knows, they're going to explain. If they don't know, I just leave it at that. Language came back, I spoke, and I'm still learning every day.
It is amazing.
So the wedding happened, and
you are still together.
We are still together. We are doing very fine.
Learning few things.
Learning few things. I'm learning how to be a parent at the same time. Learning to discover myself. Because there are some things I'm like, and then it's very interesting. My wife says, before I lost my memory, I used to read a lot. But this time, I don't like reading.
So this is another done.
I don't like reading. So
maybe you read too much that was stressed you out.
I don't know. So I'm like, what do you mean I read it? So I try to read to see if the passion is, I struggle. I'm a work in progress. Yeah, but God is amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so God, out of that, I can say God has blessed me beyond measures, because out of my issue of losing my memory, you see, now I have a wonderful wife, I have wonderful kids.
you are still
I'm
involved
still,
in ministry.
I'm still involved in ministry, yes, and I'm looking forward to doing more and more as we move on.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this testimony. I will continue to think about it myself. Like, even from the time I had it before, I always say, what if it was to be held?
Yeah. So yeah, it's we're waiting on God. If it comes work, well and good. If it doesn't, for me, I'm already at peace. Yeah,
Thank you very
and,
much.
and God is God is my witness. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your time. And we believe that God will continue to bless you and to
Amen.
give you that ability of learning. And we thank Him that He gave you that acceptance of the situation, and you are okay the way you are, and we are very thankful because that is also a gift from God.
Amen.
And we still together, we continue to pray, and yeah, after all, you are doing well.
Asante. Thank you for having me. It has been fun. God bless you so much.
Thank you very much.